the stream. My name is QB. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Tonight we will be playing a Nerdsmith Presents limited series, Between the Ley Lines. This series will be run using a slightly adjusted Kids on Bikes game system. This game will tell a story of mystery and betrayal as our players have to work together, along with their peers, to help figure out a murder. Failing to do so will not only lead to a potential killer being on the loose, but it would also mean that they would miss their final exams, earning them a 0 in all of their classes and a delay in their graduation. The stakes couldn't be higher. Players, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, oh my god, hi. I'm Allorah. I'll be playing Mikki Sparks tonight. I'm very excited. I'm not gonna plug anything. That's who I am. That's what I'm doing. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Beck. I will be playing Tommy. You don't need to know my last name. And that's about it.
Hi, hello, yes. I'm Colton. I'm the C in this ABC little group we got here. I'm playing Josh Gandy, who is a person, and dear God, he's trying his hardest. And you know what? That's all we can ask.
We also have some amazing sponsors this evening. Our first sponsor is Die Hard Dice. Die Hard Dice is home to the friendliest shopkeepers in the realm, carrying quality dice and accessories. Make sure to use code Nerdsmith for 10% off your next order, and be sure to let them know that we sent you. Hero Forge is also a sponsor tonight. Hero Forge is an online character design application that lets its users create and buy customized tabletop miniatures and statuettes, releasing exciting new features every Tuesday for their pro subscribers. Use the link in chat to get your pro subscription and help support the network today. We are also sponsored tonight by World ANVIL. World ANVIL is a set of world-building tools that helps you create, organize, and store your world setting. If you would like to check it out, all you can do with a Sage membership, check out our link in the chat. All right, without further ado, I think we're ready to get started.
Woohoo!
So, 10 students stand side by side in Angelwood Academy School of the Arcane and Sciences Library. Around them are police officers, 2 of whom are setting up barriers, closing them into the space. Behind the line of young adults, there is a stained sheet covering a misshapen lump, a body, hovering yellow markers taking note of potential evidence. Because, as you all stand here shoulder to shoulder, waiting for the detective to begin speaking whatever she has lined you all up to say, realization starts to set in. A murder was committed this evening, and one of you is the culprit. But how did we even get to this point, to this dark and dreary evening? Let us flash back to what got us all together in the first place. This world that we find ourselves in is one that uses the magic around them to grow and change. In much the same way that our communities and societies built itself around rivers and fertile land in our world, in this one, society has developed sourcing off ley lines. What was only myth and magic in our world is the truth in the olden days of this world. Monsters and spells, potions and magical folk, they all roamed the land before the concept of documenting their greatness was ever idealized. And yet, time still moved forward, which is where we find ourselves now, the modern age. Magical wands and staffs are unheard of nowadays. If you need a spell casted, don't worry, there's an app for that. Thinking about getting a new tattoo? Why? That's what glamour spells are for. Just go down to the shop and get your appearance altered today. Feeling hungry? Well, feel free to get some grub delivered to your house on BroomZoom. Just don't forget to be polite and tip your flyer. The world has grown to be both quite like ours and yet an entirely different magical animal. But I'm getting off track. The year is 2026, and the city is Ravensdale, a large city comparable to our city of Chicago in both size and location. Ravensdale is a bustling metropolis, having been built just below 2 crossing ley lines, allowing the magic flowing from them to seep into every point of the city, which of course makes the city a fantastic place for the schooling of up-and-coming magical professionals. Snow falls outside, the whiteness a harsh contrast to the darkened skies. The sun having set only hours ago. A strong breeze rattles the windows of the old buildings that make up Ravendale as we move through the town, making our way to a large structure of buildings grouped together. It is the Sunday evening of the weekend before finals week at the Angelwood Academy. Most students have wrapped up their studying and projects for this pivotal week, accepting their fate, good or bad, and have returned to their dorms for a good night's rest, or to the streets for some last-minute late-night escapades. And yet, some students still remain on campus, giving one last push in an attempt for academic success. Two roommates walk into the library, which, despite all the shenanigans that will ensue, is not a setup for a joke. Allorah and Beck, would you please introduce your characters?
Would you like to start?
After you. Alphabetical. Let's just keep it.
Okay, all right. Mikki walks into the room very bright, very cheery, as she always is. Hair is bouncing, her eyelashes are fluttering, as well as her little robot companion, Mimi, which is currently projecting onto her a live feed of her as she is kind of just talking about her day. It almost seems like she might be talking to Tommy, but she's definitely not. And she's just covered in pink from head to toe.
Tommy is walking slightly behind, but just because she is absolutely distracted with the world around them. She has hair with kind of randomly glamour colored streaks in it. She is following behind Mikki as they head towards the library. And despite knowing that Mikki is streaming the entire time, any time that Mikki seems to be making a comment to the chat, Tommy also has her own kind of things to add to whatever conversation is happening, because if you're gonna talk in front of her, it's the conversation she's a part of. Less in contrast and more in variation to all of Mikki's bright pink and everything. Tommy is just a rainbow of textures and colors alike. There is knitwear, there is huge layers, just every color imaginable to put in one outfit is on this girl.
What is at stake for your characters this week? Despite your outward appearance, what are they thinking about right now? Why are they going to the library to study tonight?
Tommy is currently in the library because she has a really rough habit of just going to all of her classes and doing all of her homework, but not really paying attention to the material that she has no interest in. So with the finals and everything coming up, or the test coming up, she desperately needs to actually have a functional understanding of this information, more than just copying down what she was told to do.
Mikki specifically, having a 3.6 GPA is cruising. She has everything she could ever want. However, it is her 48-hour subathon currently, and we have goals to be met, and this is just one way to do it without having to put in much effort. She's also been assured that she will be getting a huge investment and affiliation through one of her affiliates. Let's see, what's the equivalent of Fantasy Papermate if she promotes their materials. So she is doing a study subathon, essentially.
All right. So, with that in mind, with these pressures both kind of in the back of your mind, you enter the library. To do so, you have to swipe your card to sort of enter. It's a way of just making sure only students can get into student spaces. You both swipe your card, the door clicks open, and you're able to walk in. As you enter, you can sort of take in the library space. There's shelves sort of lining this large rectangular room, like 20-foot high ceilings, and it's ceiling to floor shelves around the perimeter. It's mahogany wood. There's lots of red and brown tones. The carpet is a nice sort of plush gray. There's dark wood tables where multiple students can sit in the center of the library, along with some shorter standing shelves just beyond the tables. Towards the back right, yes, back right of the library, there is a sort of small, short perimeter of this dark mahogany wood with a door that has a window towards the top. And just below the window, you can read on a small golden plaque, it says restricted section. Restricted doesn't necessarily mean completely off access. You know, should you want to enter there to read something back there, you A, need to get proper training, and B, need to speak with the librarian for a key. Speaking of the librarian, as you turn to your left, you see her seated at the front desk, clicking away at a computer. There is a young woman, a young Gorgon woman, with sort of pale hognose snake hair, a couple of them sort of leaning backwards and forwards, kind of watching her type on her computer. Reflective sunglass-esque contacts in her eyes, and she kind of leans around her computer to look at you, enter, and wave. You would know her as Nyx. And she's here pretty much anytime you enter the library.
Hi. We were hoping to get a study room for a little bit, if that's okay.
Sure. We don't really have a study room space, preferably. I do have, I have like soundproof, bobbles.
That would
like
be
one of those.
that would be perfect.
I can do that. Sure. Just 1 second, okay? And you see her kind of hop down off her stool, and her true height kind of makes itself known. She's much shorter than the desk she walks around in. And you hear her sort of rummage through different drawers, papers, and files moving around. And with a thunk and a small scrape, she puts this sort of metal enchanted ball onto the top of her desk and pushes it towards the edge for you to take.
Tommy, can you grab that? My hands are a little busy.
No, sorry. Yep.
And she's just like typing away at her phone.
Okay. Tommy the entire time is making various eye contact with all of the snakes' heads. She's just bobbing back and forth between each little critter.
There's at least two of them that have stopped looking at the computer and is now like looking at you and like trying to mimic your movements.
We'll be quiet, I guess. I guess. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she toddles back to her stool. As you take your bauble, and Mikki keeps working on her stream. Is Mikki being respective of library quiet, or is Mikki just in streaming mode and projecting?
I think she's she's like, okay, guys, we got to be like really quiet. So we're going into ASMR mode. Thank you so much for the chat redeem. I appreciate you. Make sure everybody hydrates, and just like is just babbling, but she's like trying to be quiet, but definitely is like probably a little louder than she should be.
Got you. Well, as you do all that, and you start to look around the room, you find your friend sitting at a table, waiting for you. Colton, what is Josh doing right now? What does he look like right now as he waits for his friends?
So Josh is in his finals mode. which the normally like pretty chill, pretty affable person is the most stressed out individual in 20 miles. There are several books that are open of different like runic magic textbooks, including a Runic Magic for Dummies book is open as well, and he has his Letterman's jacket off, and he's just like he's not doing good. He's I wouldn't say on the verge of tears, but like
he's not rocking back and forth yet.
Yeah. We can push him a little further down the academics hole before he goes fully sad. But I don't think he would notice the two of them approaching as just like furiously trying to take notes and have a panic attack, or try not to have a panic attack.
Can I look over at his work as we're approaching and like just what's going on there, how he's doing?
Sure. Are you looking to see like how legible and comprehensive it is, or just to see what he's working on?
I feel like I probably, see what he's working on, seeing like if he needs help or if he's okay.
Fair. Josh, are you trying to hide this at all? Would you be trying to hide this?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll a brains roll to see how well I'm doing?
Yeah, you roll brains to see how well you're doing. And then Tommy, you roll brains as well just to see if you can comprehend what direction Josh is going.
What's the difficulty for me?
The difficulty to beat, are you doing an intro class or a 300 class?
I think this is like my 300, like the one like magic I have to, the one 300 magic I have to take for my degree.
The difficulty to beat is 8.
Cool. Let's see if I can roll that on a d4.
Oh, buddy.
That's a 1.
Hey. Does that mean adversary token?
I believe so.
Yes, that's very much an adversity token. You take that.
And I get 2 because I'm easygoing, which is kind of shocking given the current circumstances.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Yeah, easily enough. Don't get me wrong, you can't comprehend what's going on because you can tell from his textbook he's trying to do runic homework, but he's writing in Portuguese. And there should be math on the paper, and that's not there. He's not only gone a little to the left, he's gone a little to the left, diagonal, backwards, and upside down. And you don't know how he got there.
I'm just gonna like turn his textbook around. Just like physically. That's how I say hello. I'm just like, hey.
Oh my god, it's
there,
Josh.
sport.
Everybody say hi to Josh. Spam in the chat. Yes, say hi. And she like forces Mimi up into your face like right away.
Hello, internet. Welcome to my misery.
He's so funny.
Mimi makes
That's so many F emojis.
As she approaches, you're just... And she kind of circles you a little bit. You see Mimi kind of pan down to your homework as well, and then immediately kind of cut it out of shot. She drives back to Mikki to look back at her.
Ooh, what are you working on? I didn't know you were taking Mandarin.
It's okay. So it's not. It's it's runic that I was told that it works better in Portuguese, and I'm not getting it. I don't understand why. So it's I don't know what I'm working on. It's fine. It's great. It's great.
Mods, can you put a poll up to see if everybody thinks Josh is great? Vote 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for you know what. Anyway, well, good luck with that. We got a a study room like soundproof bubble thing.
As you mentioned the bobble, as Tommy set it on the table to sort of turn the book around, like a magnet, it slides towards the middle of the table, and you hear it as it clicks in place, and then opens up, and like a weird inverse. You know when you went under the parachute in elementary school?
Yes.
And it made like a really floppy bubble?
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of vibe, but a like holographic mesh goes over you. And even though the library was already quiet, it feels like you've gone into like that super soundproof room they have at the University of Minnesota, where like you can almost hear your own heartbeat too much. It's a very secluded space, and you know you can't hear anything outside this bubble, and no one can hear you in here.
Does that include like the stream? Is the stream suddenly muted, or
it better not be?
How familiar are you with how your technology works?
I think pretty familiar. She studies
a lot of IRL streams.
Yes.
Okay, so you would know that your stream can actually hear everything outside this bubble, but you cannot because of the way it's set up.
Okay.
So Mikki, Minnie, and the bobble sort of cancel each other out. So the stream can still hear what's going on in the library. So if someone's trying to talk to you outside the bubble, they're going to tell you in chat, but you cannot hear them.
Okay. You know the drill, Chad. If you need to get a hold of me, make sure you use one of the redeems that will blast the sounds in my ear, and then I will check on that. Thank you. Kisses. This is such a surreal feeling as a out of character, as a streamer, and also streaming this.
It works on like 4 metal levels.
Yes.
Which level of the Matrix are we in right now?
I don't know. Like
so you just working on runes there, Josh? Is that
yeah,
something else? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think I'm good in everything else, right? I did the math, I think, and even if I fail all my other finals, I'll get a 70 at least. So that's all that matters. This is the only one I'm worried about. And oh my god.
Okay.
You know,
good job, honestly.
C's get degrees. That's a statement I live by. What's the worst that can happen if you get your runes wrong? You just transfer yourself to a different dimension. That's crazy.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like there's like some sort of elimination process or anything like this school, right? That doesn't exist.
I hope.
Oh my god, what if it was? We should patent that though. Like, what if it was like Hunger Games style? Like, not that the Hunger Games exists in this, the Hunger Games. And then like if you didn't pass your classes, like you just got.
I think that would lower attendance.
Well, there's new students every year.
I don't think people would apply is the issue at that point.
Yeah, I don't. Well, it's kind of stressful enough. I don't know if the thought of death will.
Yeah, maybe for you. Like, No, sorry, weird flex. But anyway.
Hey, Mickey's chat. What the fuck?
I concur with that question.
I don't know. Like you said, you were trying to learn Portuguese. That's right. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Are there any people who speak Portuguese in the chat that could help us?
You see a couple hands get raised and a couple people going sim in chat.
See, just tune into the feed. I'll get a viewer and you'll get help. It'll be great.
First off, love your stream. It's great. No. Second off, it's the Portuguese is not the issue. I got a Portuguese translation charm, so that's fine. It's the everything else that's the issue.
Well, 1 + 1 = 2.
Thank you for that. Yeah, no,
you're welcome.
That actually solved it. It just
happy to help a friend in need.
Just dealing with not real numbers at this point, though. So.
Yeah, did you know numbers don't exist? Finding that out now, so that sucks.
I didn't major in math.
Neither am I.
Hey, Mikki, you're so pretty.
Oh my god, you're so pretty. Isn't she so pretty? They're so pretty. I love them. I don't room with ugly people, so I'm just kidding. That's kind of mean. Maybe I should get canceled for that. I'm sorry.
I think you should have a long apology to your chat. We're gonna go over here and look at this textbook.
No, please don't show my shame.
No, we're gonna go separate. We're just gonna go to this side of the table, and work on our papers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you guys want to use these here? And she starts rifling through her bag, and she'll pull out a calculator that is the brand that she's sponsored by, and hand it to Josh, and maybe hand you a couple pencils or something. Use these; they're great.
What am I supposed to say again? I love this type of calculator. Yeah. It's so good. There we go. Happy to be good at.
Yeah, thumbs up and everything. Great, good job. You were made for the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy pulls out a handful of glitter gel pens.
I love that for Tommy.
From the bottom of her bag.
I thought you were just going to say glitter.
It's just glitter.
Her glitter gel pens that are just strewn across the bottom.
All right, as you all sort of settle in, as Mikki starts to go on her apology tour to get more viewers, you see a few others in the library hard at work. Heads are buried in books or assembling projects, both technical in nature or artistic. Beyond the shelves a little ways, you hear the chat talking about kind of hearing footsteps and bodies browsing the larger section and talking in the distance. Chat's trying to pick out what they're saying, but they can't quite make it out, but people are back there. Tommy, as you look around, you do recognize a few of the bodies in here. You see Morgan Davis, who is a student that was in your Chem 100 course a few years ago. She sat on the other side of the room, meticulously sorting something on the table into little piles. He seems extremely focused and dedicated on his task, her furrowed brow intense and her body hunched over in a shrimp-like shape, as she uses one finger to sort plants, maybe? Dust? Particles? It's hard to tell. into little separate piles, and she has not yet clocked your entry into the library. Another student, a freshman kitsune named Kay, does see you and gives a little paint-stained hand wave and a fanged grin from behind her immense sketchbook. Your interactions with Kay had been brief, but very intense during a debate in a speech course, only to have her come up to you later, attitude completely turned 180, and thanked you intensely for being such a fair debate opponent. Mikki, as you wrap up your apology tour, you look around and can kind of see in the distance and recognize someone as well, walking back into the main area of the library from some of the back shelves. This young lady is Jamie Lee. She is a technomancy peer of yours and has been in multiple classes with you. You have found yourself in your graduating years trying to figure out if she was more of a friend or a rival. But as always, she walks with a small scowl on her face, but upon seeing you, it softens, slightly happy to see someone here that she knows, before she goes to take a seat at a table and begins her own studies.
We're in our enemies to lovers era. It's fine.
Does chat know about these classmates, do you think?
Oh, probably. I don't know if she's dropped names just to not to like dox anybody, like, but she'll probably give them like, oh, that's Jay, or that's, you know, the only people that have their names on blast are probably Tommy and Josh, typically, just because they're around her 24/7.
No, that makes total sense.
My lawyer says you have to sign this waiver for me to disclose your name.
Minnie like grows like little arms out of her bottom and like pulls the new NDA out of your bag from you to bring over to Josh to sign, as you mentioned, having to sign on a piece of paper.
What's the what? What is this? What? No.
It's just the updated legalese. I promise. You don't even need to read it. I've already gone over it. Everything's fine. I promise. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You trust me, right?
No. He signs it.
Friendship.
Josh then goes to DoorDash and orders the largest coffee that the on-campus coffee shop has.
You go to Broom Zoom?
Yeah, Broom Zoom.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Need a list of all of these apps, please.
Yeah.
Well, you're streaming on Witch right now.
Yes, Witch.
Yeah. Wittich.
Witch.
So you order from Broom Zoom.
I'm gonna pay the extra for the teleportation delivery option. That
Yes.
just like zoops it right
Perfect.
there.
It only takes about 2 minutes, and you know that's just because they have to prepare it first. But even that, immensely quick. And with the sort of electric zap that leaves the smell of like ozone afterwards, like during a thunderstorm, there is the largest cup of coffee you've ever seen. And you know that you've added the extra caffeinated option, the extra focus option. So on the top, you can kind of see this little film of like purple and green potions that have been added to it just to fuel your study session.
It's iced too, so I can chug it easier.
Josh,
Sorry.
I could have given you my discount.
I know. You were on your way, and I didn't want to bother you, and I was debating, and I just decided, I'm gonna need more coffee. So it's fine. It's fine. It's great. Don't worry.
We'll need another one in an hour. Let's be real.
Oh
here.
God, yeah. Plus, it's
How many of those have you had?
somewhere between 4 and 6. So it's fine. The lethality limit is 8. So like I'm fine, right?
Can you roll grit for me, please?
Grit, you say?
Please.
Okay, that's a D8.
I love Panera.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
That's a 2.
So
We're really Sticking with the
Okay.
theme today.
I didn't make it too high, but you can take your adversity token.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
So go ahead, sorry.
I'm just saying, so Josh says he's fine. And I truly believe he does think he means that. I think he does think that he's fine. But you look at his hands and his pencil and understand why his Portuguese might have looked like Mandarin, because his pencil is vibrating at a fast frequency because his hands are shaking so much. And you look into his eyes, they're a little dilated as they dart kind of all over the place.
He forgot to account for the pre-workout he took
no.
before coming to the library.
That's fair, that's math.
Yeah.
Milligrams are hard. I get it.
All right, so if we get 15 more gifted subs in the chat, we'll make huache, because my friend Josh woke up just extremely dehydrated today. For those of you who get that reference. Anyway, but yeah, no, we'll add that on as an extra stream, and we'll invite Josh. It'll be great. It'll be a little celebratory for when you don't die and totally graduate. Yeah. Drink some water.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a cup here. It's fine. Coffee has water in it, so it's fine. It's fine.
That's that's like saying it's a liquid.
It is. It is one of those.
It is a liquid. That is true. It has water in it. Mm-hmm.
I think why this conversation is happening. You watch Minnie, because Minnie is your portable computer and is basically also like your Fitbit.
She's perfect.
She's beautiful. Kind of slowly fly over, still keeping the camera on you, her camera in the front. And you see her little digital eyes kind of flick towards Josh a little bit as she looks at him, but keeps the camera on you and sort of nestles in Josh's neck like a little sprite. And you see her little eye face turn into a heart monitor as she checks his pulse. It's going so fast.
What's his pulse at?
I think his resting is like 120.
Ooh. Well, okay.
Just sneaking away to get a cup of water.
Do you? What is that? Like, have you? Those like IV. She like leans over to Tommy. She's like, "Have you heard of those like IVs that like you can get like recreationally that like level you out?"
Yeah.
We should invest in one of those, because even if he does pass,
I'm going to.
Yeah, when you pass,
Yeah.
you might be in a coffin in the process. So,
Tommy is texting whoever is currently scheduled over at the cafe, and is like, if you get any more orders from Josh's username, cancel the caffeine, cancel the extra caffeine.
And this totally works because Tommy definitely knows all the Broom Zoom flyers, right? Because Tommy is a frequent flyer of Broom Zoom. So you have a group chat with the Zoomers and you message them, no problem, and you get about 20 thumbs up of different colors saying that they got your back, and Josh will no longer be getting any coffee today. If he does, it'll be coffee in appearance, but water in taste. When Mikki mentioned IVs, getting a recreational IV to help out Josh, you do remember there is technically a potionist and a chemist in this library right now if you are concerned about Josh currently. You did clock Morgan earlier, sorting her piles, if you wanted to interrupt her. But if you're not too worried about Josh, you can deal with it later.
He's fine. He's an adult.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's durable. Okay, just checking.
We'll worry about him when he passes out.
Oh, that'll be so good for content.
I think Minnie just makes a little chirp at that. Like, okay.
Josh glares at you, but forgets to move his face to you, so it's just he's glaring harder at the textbook he's reading.
It's okay. It's okay, Joshy. Just gives him a little pat.
It's fine. No, it's great. It's cool. No, why? No.
Do you have any other assignments that you need to be working on, or is it just this one?
Yeah, it's just this one. Sounded like Kermit there a little bit.
Okay, so why don't you what are you good at? Do you have any like games on your phone? Maybe like take a break for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I can. Five minutes. Yep.
You got like a little like football game on your phone, right? You like do a little
have
paper.
You have Flappy Phoenix on your phone.
Flappy Phoenix.
Let's yeah, I can. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll listen to that nice little doop. All those little boops.
It's weirdly calming, and you actually, because Minnie's still clocked into him, his heart rate does like set a little bit as he slowly plays this game. Who would most likely be facing the door of the library at this table?
I think I probably would, because I was like waiting for them to get here.
That makes sense to me. So as you're playing Flappy Phoenix, you do clock the door open again, just sort of out of eye contact, out of your peripheral, and you notice another person come in. Do you do anything?
Do I know this individual?
Kind of. You sort of recognize the hair. You've definitely heard Mikki talk about her.
I mean, I don't think so, right? This is a library. People are expected to come in and do library things. So I'm like, oh, okay, another person. Check.
Yeah.
Then I
for sure.
keep going back to dodging those pipes with my little bird. I think this run got to like 32.
That's impressive. So you keep playing your game. The other two continue studying and or live streaming. Mikki, in your chat, you see people go, "Oh, it's E! It's E! Look, it's E!" As they watch the footage behind you.
I think Mikki does that thing where like if people are like, oh yeah, don't look really like be subtle about how you look, and she like full on turns. And she looks for Allorah. And we'll try to make eye contact with her.
Yeah, easily enough. Her back's turned to you guys right now. She's talking kind of hurriedly with Nyx at the front desk, and you can see them sort of exchanging what seems like not necessarily a tense conversation, but definitely a rushed one. And this isn't uncommon with Allorah. Allorah is a woman of sort of blunt, straight to the point words, and Nyx is not. So I think any conversation between the two would appear intense. They're both using their hands. Nyx disappears, hopping off her stool again, hopping back up, and hands Allorah a key, and she sort of turns with a little twirl of her skirt and her kind of long cloak, jacket, coat thing, and sees you in your bauble projection, and waves at you pretty happily, and walks on over, seeing then the hologram and sort of tapping on it to see if she can talk to you.
Yeah, she'll step out. BRB. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We're on our 16 of our insert sponsor name here, subtitle or stream. So it's going really well. Josh is struggling, and Tommy is Tommy.
Okay. Well, that's a great summary. So you're still streaming during finals. Did you get your project done for class?
Like mostly, I have a few things to finish up, which is why I'm here. But like, I'm not too worried about it.
Okay, yeah. If you're sure, how? And she kind of looks at Josh. On a scale from 1 to 10, do I need to
12.
intervene? Okay, got it. I can do that. For sure. I'm surprised you're allowed to stream in here. I figured that would have been off limits.
Oh, I had my guy call the university's guys, and we got it all sorted. It's fine.
Does the principal know?
Yeah, totally.
And she kind of gives a knowing nod and goes, okay, sure, all right, it's fine. I'm not on duty, that's fine. And you kind of see her eyes flick over across the room, where Jamie's sitting before flicking back to you. I'm going, okay, I'll help your friend. It appears to be a crisis. I just have to do some things and I'll be out of your hair, but good luck with your project. You have my number and my email if you need help with anything, right? And you know that Allorah is your TA for your technomancy classes. You've had her a couple times. She's currently trying to get her master's degree.
I love that for her.
Yeah.
Queen.
She's a very blunt, strict lady when it comes to doing classwork. She really cares about her students, and she's always willing to help if you need her. So
oh my God.
You know she's being sincere when she offers you help.
I love that. Once I graduate, we're definitely getting a drink. It's gonna be great.
You can drink and I'll have a water. But yes, of course, we will definitely do that.
That's why I said graduate first. I would never put you at jeopardy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me go I'm gonna put out the fire on your friend right now.
Okay.
We will continue this conversation. And she walks over to go help Josh. Hi, hon. How you doing?
It's fine. I am fine. How are you? How's things?
That Phoenix is definitely flapping.
Yeah.
I didn't know we offered Portuguese here.
We don't. It's a failed attempt, so to speak, at something that. Well, I feel lied to a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
Do you want some help?
That would be great.
Okay. She sits down with you, and you watch her sort of open this messenger bag that's at her hip, and she pulls out this big stack of flashcards, and she shows you how to break down the runic language into pieces so that you can translate it into like puzzle piece parts, right? Where if you put them together, it'll make a word. So she writes a rune on the front and the translation on the back. And puts little colored dots in the corners so that you can memorize the different colors for the different sort of like tonations and stuff, and walks you through how to memorize these so when you go back to writing out your homework, it'll be a little easier.
Sweet. Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that good? Will that help?
I hope so.
Okay. All right. Well, breathe. Step 1. You got this.
Yep.
If it becomes more of a crisis, Mikki has my number. She can text me a picture. Regardless, it's just finals. It'll be fine. It's just school. It's not the end of the world, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy, you good?
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about the hungry. Cool.
You're hungry?
What? No, it was something Mikki said. She threatened to kill people if they fail their classes. Is nothing.
Oh. We were talking
Mikki,
about
you're back. You're back. Hi.
the Hungry Games. Yeah, that. Whatever it was called.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, I'm just working on just making sure that I have all of these statistics formulas laid out for me and committed to memory before everything. Who knew, right? Math.
I don't envy you. I'm sorry. It's one of the harder ones. Well, if you are all doing well, I'm going to go run my errand really quick, and then I'll leave everyone alone. But
Oh, what are you up to?
oh, I just need to look into a couple of resources for my project. It's in the restricted sections, but really hard to get access. Only a couple people can be let in there at a time, as you know. So with finals going on, there hasn't been any available keys. So I thought if I came tonight, there would be one. Turns out there was. So I'm just gonna go back there quick, take some photos, and then leave. Easy peasy.
Do you want help looking?
Well, only one of us can go in there at a time. Otherwise, I would 100% let you in there. But I can show you what I find when I'm done. Maybe you can help me peel through this. You might know more about this area than I do.
I can certainly try.
Awesome. Okay, I will touch base with you in a little bit.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, chat.
There's just a bunch of waving emojis.
And she leaves the bauble. Is anyone watching her leave at all?
Yes.
Okay. You keep entertaining chat, but your eyes are on Allorah as she leaves. And as she walks over to the restricted section, you see her kind of stop by Jamie and do the same thing she did with you, just kind of check in. And Jamie does her best to talk to her, but there is some sort of tension here. Roll, I guess, charm, to see if you can kind of deduce what's going on.
Okay. I can do that. Six.
Okay.
Though, the skill dot gives me a +3, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay. 9.
Okay. I was gonna say, you're almost there. Yeah, easily enough. There's some sort of tension there, and it seems to be almost one-sided. Allorah seems...
From Jamie.
No, it's from Allorah. Jamie is giving attitude, but Allorah is the one kind of barking back here. Offering help, Jamie sort of shrugs it off, and Allorah is the one sort of coming closer and putting her hand on the table and being like direct about something that you can't hear. Before Jamie just sort of looks down and stops talking, and Allorah just kind of walks off. And that's kind of what you see. She then goes to, if you keep watching her, she then goes to enter the restricted area. And as she sort of turns the key and opens the door, she runs into a shorter, younger man with kind of scruffy brown hair, a flannel, big snow boots, looks like he walked here, and a key in his hand. And you do see him like verbally kind of bark at Allorah, kind of snap at her and look a little angry. And there is some sort of recognition that these two know each other and do not like each other. I don't think any of you know who he is. We can cover him later. And the two pass, and Allorah enters the room, and the door closes behind her. And that's all you see.
Allorah's no good, awful, very bad day, whatever.
I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm sure that she will be alive when we flash back to the present.
Yeah.
I can foresee no.
Oh, wait, this can go wrong.
Yeah, no possible.
You hear a little sound on the stream go off, and nothing can go wrong.
It's an alert for a donation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, thank you.
Should we order a cheesecake?
Yes.
Yeah. Can it be a coffee cheesecake?
No.
Oh.
No. Here, the sugar will be enough.
Yeah.
What kind of cheesecake should we get, chat? I am personally thinking anywhere between Oreo or Allorah doesn't like cheesecake, so what are cheesecake flavors?
Chat, if you say pickle again, I'm throwing you all into the ocean.
Strawberry is also a really good one. And then cannoli cheesecake. Let's vote on those. So poll in the chat. Whatever one wins, we'll get that one.
Are you looking at chat right now?
Yes.
As you have this conversation about cheesecake and going through the different flavors and stuff, someone's pulling out their phone, looking on BroomZoom for different places that deliver cheesecake at this time. You look back to chat, and it's just flying. There's words in all caps and exclamation points. People are going, turn around. What's happening? I heard a scream. And you kind of flick up and take in sort of outside your bubble for a minute, and there's people running around, standing up. You see people opening their mouths like they're shouting. What do you do?
I think immediately Mikki is getting out of the bubble. Like, she shoves her chair back and is like standing up.
I think as you go to stand up and move so quickly, the bauble comes unmagnetized from the center of the table, and all the sound of the library comes in at once, and it's chaos. There is yelling and screaming. You hear the crackle of people teleporting in. The same smell of ozone you got from Josh's coffee as people one by one come into the space, and it's firefighters, it's policemen, it's EMTs, first responders. Those facing the receptionist desk can see Nyx, who has her hand over a button that you did not see before, that you must have raised up to press in an emergency. There are people running not towards the door but away from it, and you turn to look, and in the restricted section on the window, you just see a big red blotch on the window.
Where is do I see, what's her name? Jamie.
Jamie is with the crowd retreating. They kind of have all moved towards the south part of the library, sort of towards your table. As they move away from it and the emergency people move forward, some of them are going to run to Nyx to figure out why she pushed the button. You see a tall blonde woman with sort of short cropped hair brushed back, sort of barking orders at different police officers, telling them to secure the exits, take a head count, stuff like that, check for injury. And EMTs are trying to calm the crowd as they figure out what's going on.
Where is that where's that guy? That was he also with the crowd that she was talking to, that Allorah was talking to?
The crowd retreating?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
He looks confused and panicked as well. But I mean, there's one girl just in hysterics. The little art student, the Kitsune, is just like beside herself because she doesn't understand what's going on. She's having some pretty big emotions about this, understandably so. But he seems pretty disturbed about what just happened.
I think Mikki grabs her bag and she's also going to start moving over to the crowd, and just very instinctively like grabs the edge of Josh's jacket to like pull him up, and then with her other hand like tries to swing it into Tommy's arm, and it's just like, come on, we're going.
Josh is just portraying his rendition of Mr. Green in Clue. Just, I didn't do it! I didn't do it!
I think with your caffeine content, there's also like an eye twitch as well, making you look that much more believable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We are physically all together. We are physically all on the same table.
Easily enough, though, as you are making your way towards this crowd, since it is not towards whatever just happened, not towards the exit. You are moving away from it. You are sort of left to your own devices currently. As some police officers put off barrier, you know, if you knew how to teleport, which you don't, you could teleport out. You see a few of them, two officers, one of which you recognize as a forensic officer, enter the restricted section. A couple of firefighters are still talking to Nyx, figuring out the situation, but the EMTs approach the crowd and start doing crisis work. They help you all calm down. Those that need it engage in deep breathing. They see a couple people not sure what to do. They encourage them to play some Tetris. Those that appear to be in shock are given blankets, things like that, and they begin sort of asking you questions, trying to figure out what happened. And I'm going to ask these questions one by one, and you can answer them individually, as though you were each being asked turn by turn. Okay. So, your group specifically is being talked to by an officer whose name tag just reads Dan. He's an older man with a bristled mustache, gray hair, groomed to the best of his ability, a very kind eyes and a very calm voice as he asks you questions. He first asks you, how are you feeling? Can I help with anything?
I'm fine. I'm just surprised. What's going on?
I would also like to know this.
Cheesecake.
We're cheesecake. We're still kind of piecing together what has occurred. And as soon as we have an answer, we'll do our best to give it to you. But there appears to be some sort of bodily disturbance, some sort of accident that happened within the restricted section. We're still piecing together if it was the misopening of a book. And this doesn't sound foreign to you guys. You know the restricted section is restricted because it is dangerous. It's why you have to be trained to go in there. It's why it's locked away. So while this isn't a good situation, it is a plausible situation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we're piecing together what may have happened, if someone was mistrained, that sort of thing. As soon as we have a solid answer, we'll let you know. I'm sure some rules will change as far as accessing these tomes or whatever. But for now, is anyone hurt? Cross-contaminated? Do you need anything?
Cross-contaminated?
My understanding, and he kind of like glances towards the bloodstained doors. There were some fluids spilled, and I'm not sure who was sitting where when this situation occurred. So just checking.
No, just tears. Okay.
I think we're good. We were over there on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My next question is, do you know what happened? Did you see anything that occurred?
No. Was there and honestly, Mikki would probably have been reviewing in chat, like scrolling through to see if anybody saw what happened prior to the police questioning us.
I was gonna say, would you want to look for a clip, or would you
I
want to
would.
keep that to yourself? You want to look for a clip?
I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. I think I'm gonna use that big brain of mine.
Okay. So you're just scrolling through the chat for text?
Mm-hmm.
You scroll up as far as it'll let you, because again, it went so fast. And you do have a fair amount of viewers right now, which is great, but also, oh no. And you sort of see where it like goes like kind of poking fun at Josh and some people like trying to help with the Portuguese, even though he's already clarified he doesn't need Portuguese help right now. And it pivots to like 10 WTFs in a row, and then like a scared cat emoji, and then just, was that a scream? Oh my god, it's blood. Turn around. And just like, ayo in chat. So you can see kind of a timestamp of where it pivoted.
Okay.
And it was
what was the
cheesecake conversation?
Okay, what was the like and if you don't have a number, that's okay, but like what was the timestamp of like the first what the fuck?
10:03.
10:03. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really see what happened. We were talking about cheesecake and studying, and then we just saw a bunch of people pushing their chairs back, and we stood up, and the room was filled with sound after that because we were in one of those little soundproof bubbles, and then you guys showed up, and not really sure what happened.
I still have no idea what's going on. Mikki just pulled us out of our chair.
Same.
We were facing the other way.
And he just kind of nods slowly. It's like, that, you know what? That's all right. We'll cover that in a little bit. And he just kind of hands you both shock blankets to put on. He's like, try this on. Play some games, talk to each other. And we'll deal with this as things come around, okay?
This is really shiny. This is what's this made out of?
Interwoven wings. I think they're recycled.
From what?
That's a great question.
From who?
From what?
The previous people who went into shock.
Oh no.
It just eats the person and then grows more blanket.
There is a tag on the side of the blankets that if you kind of flick it in your hand, you can read on the back. It's made from hippogriff wings that have been donated from a particular
ethically sourced hippogriff wings.
Ethically sourced hippogriff wings. They're extremely lightweight, but durable, and offer warmth. So that's woven from those fibers.
That's good. At the very least.
He just kind of puts his hands on his knees in that kind of dad way before standing back up from his squat and goes, "You need anything? I'm Dan." He
Thanks,
points to
Dan.
some other officers and says their names, but you don't really catch them kind of over the hubbub of what's going on. And he's like, I'll be around. Okay, so just reach out, take it easy, and we'll get you updates as we get them. But for now, you guys are gonna have to hunker down here until everything's sort of sorted out and make sure everyone's good, and then we'll get you back to your homes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
He's gonna roll it.
Do you think? And Mikki leans over to Josh and she goes, "Do you think we're gonna get out of finals for this?"
I certainly hope so. That's awful, but oh my god, please.
I mean, realistically, if it was just like a random accident, it's just like they're just gonna give us maybe a day.
Well, like an
Tops.
extension. But like we were in the vicinity. Like it's really bad.
Hope.
Did anybody see what happened? And like she's like whispering to Mimi now too. She's like, did anybody see what happened in chat? Like, feel free to whisper to me or message me on what
Mikki,
is
are
Twitter?
You still streaming?
Shh.
But
How loud
No.
did you say that, Tommy?
No, I'm not.
Probably as loud as I just did, because shock is real.
All right, give me 1 sec.
Sorry.
Is the chat calling Dan a DILF? I can't imagine any other reaction.
Listen, I said that he was just Charlie Swan.
I imagine it's just like DILF, 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 ACAB, but smash, DILF, DILF. Just all that. Yeah.
All cops are bastards.
All cops are
bastards. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, that's 100% in the chat for sure. You do get a bunch of pings in your whispers.
Okay.
At the same time, Tommy says that very loudly. So this is going to be a flight roll for how fast you can read your messages before Dan realizes you're live and goes to turn Mimi off.
Don't
I need you to roll.
Don't touch Mimi.
I need
Not
you to roll.
my
flight.
girl.
Okay. You said flight. Okay. That was a 6. I don't know if I have anything else.
I'm gonna spend an adversary token to give you a +1 on that roll. By like sort of getting in the way of Dan. Before...
I'm like trying to remind myself what my abilities do.
So you're just giving 1 point?
Yes.
So that brings you to an 8 or 7?
One of those two, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Still a failure, because this is really hard. So please take an adversity token.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't start with any adversity token.
I know, it's hard. I keep trying to say adversary, and that's not the right one. No, you did not start with any adversity.
Okay.
Friends
All
can
right.
donate, but you do not have any.
Okay. It's fine.
But you may take one for that failure. It's only a minor failure, though, so you do get some details. You open a message from tommy.welded.metals.cool that says you catch the words, "There was a scream, and then blood hit the window, and then you don't read anymore," as Dan kind of goes, hey, and kind of covers Mimi's camera and projection, and turns her over where you know her off button is and kind of pushes it. And you see her wings kind of flutter, and and she powers down.
Oh, that sounds so bad. Is she okay?
I mean, she's fine. She's just off.
Oh,
She is at the end of the day just a magical machine. She has a little bit of emotions, but being off is just like being knocked out with anesthetic. So when she wakes up, it'll just be like fast traveling for her.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, she's just not stoked. She just got knocked out, but she's fine.
Okay.
Is Mimi sapient?
Sapient or sentient?
Either?
Yes.
Both?
Yes. Do robots dream?
Mimi might dream. I'm gonna be real. You've enchanted her quite a bit. I mean, she's yours.
I love her.
You made her. She's your baby.
Her dream is just one of those screensavers, and that's what the chat is.
Oh my gosh, it hits the corner every single time if it's a good dream.
I think she
A
also
nightmare, it never hits the corner.
Awful.
Yes. I think it's also the Google Chrome T-Rex game. It's like a
Oh,
chase
hell
game.
yeah.
I love that game.
And when she's lonely, she plays Pong by herself.
My heart.
I will do anything to protect this little.
Literally.
Yeah.
We love Mimi. Dan is holding Mimi in his hand. She's about softball size, and kind of hands her over. And he kind of goes like, "If you please could just keep her off until this is all sorted out, that would be, great. Sorry, I didn't mean to grab your machine. It's just not necessarily for public eyes. You understand?"
I understand perfectly, Dan.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. I will check in later. And he goes to leave.
God, I really hope that backed up.
Does it not save to the cloud?
Like it's supposed to, but God, I don't know. I've never had her shut off abruptly like that before. In theory, it should.
Well, then it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Why would you scream? Why would you say that?
I'm just nervous. I just fucked up, okay? I don't know.
It's fine.
I've never seen a wall covered in blood.
Same.
I've never talked to the cops before.
Oh, well, that's. You get used to it.
They both just kind of give it out look. They're like, oh, that's the biggest thing you're concerned about.
I stay in my lane, okay? Stay in my lane.
And you're fine, and you're valid, and it's fine. It's fine.
I've never had to talk to the cops before. That was scary.
I know they're awful, but it's worse comes to worse. Chat doesn't get to see this, and that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Do they not understand how influential social media is in these sorts of things? Have you seen true crime cases that have been cold for years be solved by just a random person on the internet? I do not know why they don't take this more seriously. And she just goes off for a solid minute.
Get that
This
all
is
out.
absolutely ridiculous.
No, but still going. Okay. All right. I will say there's also a lot of those things that make crimes worse. Yeah.
Also, we don't know that this is a crime.
They could have just opened up the text on pages that blow up.
That's why I've never gone in there. I
Is that the only
recognize.
reason?
That have hurricanes in them.
I don't appreciate that. Nikki, it's true, but I don't appreciate it.
Sorry. Okay, it's fine. I'm sorry, okay?
I think as you're having this conversation, you watch as the police officers that were kind of setting up the not the barricade, but the barrier around the main exit of the library, heard it and let in 2 more students. After having talked to the officers and firefighters that were working with Nix at the front desk. And there's 2 young students sort of being held by their arms. Of the people brought in, you recognize one of them, Josh. He's a young man named Taylor, who plays with you on the fantasy football, no, not that one team. He looks confused and angry as the officer drags him in, and kind of keeps trying to wiggle out of this guy's grasp, but can't quite seem to get out. There is another student that none of you recognize, who is a younger, feminine presenting person. And she looks very nervously around and sort of tucks kind of curled brunette hair behind their ears as they take in the scene. And you see them kind of jump a little bit, having seen the door before looking down at the floor nervously. And they're all brought over to your group, and you see Dan walk over to them and sort of start asking these questions as well, along with some other stuff you can't quite hear.
How long are we going to be held here for, do you think?
Oh God, who knows? Hopefully not longer.
I mean, if they do have to take us places, I think that would get us out of finals.
We didn't even do anything.
Yeah, we have visual evidence that we didn't do anything. And Josh points to Mimi.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also were apparently witnesses since we have the film. So I don't. You're
Here, cover me.
you
Cover me.
have VODs, right?
Right, but like I said, I don't know if they back up if it shuts off abruptly.
No. Dan was stupid because that could have solved the case for him real quick. Maybe he shouldn't be so reactive. Anyway.
Or want to talk.
I am not in a position where snap decisions could get people dead.
So true, bestie.
Hey.
You're doing this and bickering. These sort of orange blanket covering people kind of bobbing around having this debate while people are kind of doing their best around you. Those facing the door, you can see people kind of going in and out, dealing with the situation. And you watch as a lean woman with slick dark hair kind of pulled back into a ponytail comes out from the back room and goes to talk to the tall blonde detective woman who is just sort of standing in the middle of the library, sort of watching the whole situation. Very reminiscent of like a hawk or an owl absorbing a field before going for the prey. She's been observing everything, and you get the idea she's seeing maybe more than you're aware that she's seeing.
Can I do something while this that conversation is happening in the middle of the library?
You may.
I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out a mason jar that has been changed to be like a perfect little butterfly habitat, and
Really
open it
cute.
and get one out. Be like,
Yeah.
tell me what they're saying, and have it fly over to be discreet and listen in, eavesdrop on
Absolutely.
what they're doing.
Yeah. Remind me, the way we set this tool up, this is like one of your tools. They can relay back once they fly back to you. You don't channel through like a familiar, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I communicate, and they do what I ask if I'm being nice, and then I can't sense this out.
Are you just sending one out? Are you going to let the other one sort of flutter around you?
No, I'm sending one out because I feel like if I just go suddenly butterflies, that might look suspicious.
No, just making sure. And just double, triple checking this is a bright blue butterfly. Okay.
So blue morphos I think they only have the blue on one side, the other is disguised.
Okay,
So
yep.
the bottom is disguised if it's flying above.
Give me one second. I'm going to roll for the butterfly.
Cool.
Roll for butterfly.
You are so lucky the butterfly just exploded.
It did what?
What?
No, not like that. It's dice. The dice exploded. You're good. That would have been funny. Be free. Okay, round 2.
They just combust.
No. So you watch as you just let this butterfly go, and it kind of gets the vibe on the situation. Like, Josh doesn't normally send his little guys out for like recon missions per se. It's mostly to like the equivalent of bug passing notes or like whispering a game plan when you're playing fantasy football. No, not that one on the field, right? It's a tool for games and play, but it understands that it needs to be a little bit sneaky for this. And you watch as it like starts to go high and then flies closer to the ground, sort of weaving in between the book bags and the library tables and under the chairs, and then hits the corner of the table closest to the two women and kind of crawls up, its wings folded up so it's silhouetted, and sneaks around the book so it can hear what these women are talking about. You wait about 5 minutes and you watch the women sort of talk with their hands, and you see the brunette have something in her hands and sort of hold it out, and the blonde detective sort of grimace before nodding, and the brunette turns around and goes back into the room, and you start to see more lights turn on in the back area as something gets set up. The butterfly flies back to you as the detective starts to turn and speak to you. All the students. Her voice kind of echoes around the large space, the already kind of whispered voices of the officers and students like dying down completely, sort of her authority, into a total hush. And you hear her go, "Students, I have to apologize. I understand what you have experienced tonight has been quite traumatic, and I'm sure you would like to return to your homes for the evening. And I would like nothing more than to let you do so. Unfortunately, I will need to hold you all here slightly longer. Evidence has come to light about the situation. Your peer's death was not an accident. This was a murder. And that is where we will take our break. I will see you all back in about 10 minutes, and we will follow up with what Josh's butterfly heard very quickly. All right, welcome back. Happy break. Picking up where we left off. The accident was not an accident, it was a murder. And Josh's butterfly has some information. But before we do that, does anyone want to respond to the detective making this announcement?
Is anybody else responding, like from the group gathered?
Kay gets her emotions reinvigorated. She's not having a good time. A couple people put their hands to their mouth. Jamie, the guy that bumped into her, the two people that got dragged in, the feminine presenting person sort of like clutches at her chest. Taylor, the football player that Josh knows, looks confused and a little pissed off about the situation. But there's definitely reactions to hearing what's going on. There's no, as far as you can tell, like there's no guilty faces. It's just shock that there's like a crime going on right now. That's about it. The butterfly finishes its journey back to you, Josh. And it goes into your ear, and it goes real close, and only you can hear him. And he's just like, "Okay, so here's what I heard. So the lady, the one with the dark hair, has this like string in her hand, and she said it was a cord, and she said it triggered a mechanism device, and what it did is it shot a runic explosive into, I don't know what her name was, but it shot an explosive into her. And it could only have been done if someone set it up, because it didn't come from a book, because the book she was holding was not about explosives. And that's what I got. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And it flies back into the jar and just sort of settles itself on a little stick.
I get out the bag of butterfly food, which is a bunch of really gross bananas, and I scoop some into the jar and then close it back up.
Is that just like a rogue banana in your backpack?
Well, yeah. What do you think butterflies eat?
Okay.
That's not important right now.
A lot of like decayed stuff. Sometimes they eat dead bodies. Oh,
I'll keep them
this
away from that room.
That dead body is wild. Oh no.
Okay, so
Did you just try to talk to chat? Okay.
you should get
It's
that
okay.
looked at
It's okay.
if you yeah. Okay, regardless, so there was a explosive device that was like launched at what's her name? The dead one.
Wait.
Who is dead right now?
The one that was in the one that
I
made the
mean,
cards.
Mickey
her-
immediately
Oh.
starts to look around for Allorah. Like, didn't even think about it.
You look around, and Allorah is not there.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That old saying, you don't know something till you know something. We're just gonna act, oh my gosh, denial is a river in Egypt, and it's gonna be great, and we're just gonna not worry about it. It might be Allorah. Anyway, we should hydrate, and she grabs her water bottle and just starts drinking.
Just immediately
Good
back
point.
into chat mannerisms, despite
Yep.
not being there. It's the comfort zone.
Thank you for the hydrate.
We're just gonna let that happen. We're just gonna let you do that. Yeah. Josh? Yeah. We're just gonna let that happen right now, right? Yeah, okay, cool. No, that's great. Cool. So chill. We're all so chill.
Yeah.
So chill.
The good news is,
Who was in there before her?
I don't know, but the good news is none of us did it. Right?
We are stuck. We could be stuck in our room right now with the person who did.
That's true.
And they may murder again.
But if they do, they'll definitely be caught.
What if they set up traps all over this place?
I am not moving from this place until I die.
What if we're like that movie with the creepy puppet on the tricycle?
Saw?
I know. I also couldn't think of another cutting implement.
I think it's still Saw here.
That's why I just skipped over saying the movie's name.
I'm gonna honor it. It's still Saw here.
They also still collect blood for hospitals.
Yeah, but there's like
Okay.
6 more types of blood.
I think Mickey's gonna slowly just kind of inch her thumb to the on button for Mimi. But just very much like kind of be like, all right, I need you to stay stationary. I'm just gonna have you on for the record. So she's just gonna hold her, like she's still off, but wants to turn her back on.
Okay, I'm going.
Can I
don't
be a
have- Yes, you can. So, I will have you do flight, because it's about the closest I can get to a sleight of hand,
Okay.
and you can give yourself a +2.
Okay.
It's the distraction.
Thanks. Thanks, God.
You're welcome.
4
That's okay.
in total.
Wait, that's what you needed. That's okay.
Okay.
You're good.
Thank God.
You're good. So you push the button, and Mimi kind of hears you go, stealth mode. And you see her wings kind of flutter to life really quick, and then it just droops really slowly, and you just kind of hear her go. She's like kind of making sure, like, is this good? Does this look off?
You're doing great, sweetie.
So
Yeah.
she sort of half quote unquote awake, right? Like you can tell the camera is off. Like the little red light that records stuff is off. But Mimi as a computer is like recording. Right?
Okay.
Like, she is aware of the situation. So while she's not necessarily recording a camera view, she is sort of recording like the sound and the details. And you know, if you asked her to, she could make you a detailed document of like anything that transpires before you turn her all the way back on and she's in flight mode, and it's like recording again.
Okay.
Does anyone want to do anything else while you're down here still in shock blanket mode?
I would like to send out a like a post on an app that is popular, and be like, technical difficulties, Sparkies will be back soon, stay tuned, make sure you guys are hydrating, and I'll see you all, and just like kisses at the end of that. And she's just gonna hit send on that.
So yeah, you make a tweet on Twitter. Twitter is not a real app anymore. Apparently. You make a tweet on Twitter. And let your fan base know what's going on. And you feel your phone sort of explode with like a bunch of like, okay, it's fine, do whatever you need to, queen, we love you. And like all this stuff, the way that you know your fans usually do, no matter what's going on or what you've done. And you love the support.
I do. I do it for the fans.
Do it for the guys and the gays. And so you're not getting any more ads asking where you are. Your mods aren't freaking out in your games anymore, and your phone slowly starts to like lessen.
I'm still alive. I said to my mods, I'm still alive, but for how long?
Just like 10 responses of panic question marks.
JK, it's okay. It's all right. It's totally fine. Everything's fine.
/J. But yeah, no, everything's fine. At least on your technology end. And as you're sending these messages, you can kind of see the blonde detective talk to some police officers and stuff, fill them in on the situation, and you can see they're making a plan. And these other police officers sort of turn around and start gathering the students up and bringing you all, or encouraging you all to go stand in a line, shoulder to shoulder, kind of with your backs to the restricted section. Do you follow or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like usual suspects.
Yeah, you can see
Do we get little things to hold?
You do not. But you do see several of them have like cameras on their chest, and are documenting you all as you stand in a line to sort of get images of who all is in this space. And You see Nyx get brought up as well to join the lineup. She stands with you. And the female detective starts explaining. She's like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one, pull you aside over here, ask you some questions, try to get a grasp of what's going on, paint a picture of the scene. We have sort of enclosed the immediate area right now, anywhere there could be an exit. You will not be permitted to leave. There is our cafe just out in the lobby here. Should you be hungry, there are restrooms. I've been told there is room in the auditorium to set up sleeping stations should you need to rest here. But we will need to keep you here until we have a further grasp on the situation and potential suspects. So we're just going to go down this line, and she sort of gestures to the lineup she has you in. To try to figure out where we stand. In the meantime, just mingle amongst yourselves, try not to touch anything. If you have any questions, please approach an officer, and please do not try to leave the barricaded areas. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, chef.
She gives you a look, Mikki. And kind of flicks you up and down with her eyes before turning back to the room, when she goes, all right, we'll start with you. And she points to Kay, the little
No.
art girl on the end.
She's just having a bad day.
She's having the worst day. And brings her over to the corner with another police officer to talk to her. And the rest of you are free to talk to one another, take a seat and study. But basically, you are enclosed in the library. You know, through the library doors, there is a conservatory where a lot of plants are grown, and some small animals sort of help keep the plants alive. And there's the auditorium, as mentioned. But the only other exit out of this sort of area is a door that leads to a hallway that connects to other buildings that the detective indicated is closed off. You cannot leave there. So those are the spaces you can go to. What do you do?
Do you guys want to try to get a good spot to sleep before other people
Yes. Oh my god.
taking it, or is that I'm not saying we should go to sleep right now, but we could just call dibs.
No,
Yeah.
claiming a beanbag. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah. Oh, don't touch the beanbags.
That's not what I'm. You know what I meant.
Yeah, no, I'm just avoid the beanbags. I would avoid the beanbags. It really hurts.
I'm gonna call dibs on the hammock that's in the conservatory.
What happens on the bean?
We're not
what
having this
happens on the
conversation.
beanbags. I also have to go use the restroom, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
Gonna go.
Thanks for sharing.
Yep. Get rid of that weed that I'm definitely not supposed to have.
Oh.
You,
Oh, no!
you may do that. Is it in a backpack, or is it on your person? So I'm
It's
assuming
on-
you
it-
all took off your backpacks.
It's on my person, yeah.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. You can go to the bathroom easily enough. No one's following you to the bathroom. The police know you can't really leave.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. You may do that.
Once I get that,
That's crazy.
gonna come back and, well, I'm not gonna be able to, calm down for a bit, but we're good. We're fine. It's fine.
Are you hungry? I have a granola bar.
No, I'm good. I have coffee.
Okay.
I take a big drink
That's
from
not
my coffee.
food.
It has milk in it, and milk's a food. There's protein and calcium. All the good stuff.
Maybe you should have gone into nutrition. Anyway, and she's gonna grab a piece of gum and start chewing it and offer one to Tommy.
Yeah, and Tommy takes it and she is chewing after this conversation, like, and a couple minutes has gone by. Tommy's just, again, very suddenly is like, oh my god, how are we gonna get to the cheesecake?
I think the cheesecake's a no-go, unfortunately. Though, if I were live,
teleporting in stuff.
I was gonna say if I were live, then I could have had one of my viewers send it in to us. There's like a little widget that they that my stream uses.
You have a
where they can send...
cheesecake widget?
No, it's like for food in general, but like cheesecake could be on there.
That's wild. I did already order it, so there's just like a delivery person that's just gonna be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you like contact your delivery driver and tell them to like go to like a window and we'll like sneak it in?
Yeah.
I don't know, like I mean, you kind of give me like Disney princess vibes. Like maybe Disney's not real. Disney princess vibes, and like you could talk to the animals and like maybe have them retrieve it. Right? If you ever like go into streaming, you should definitely use that as like
This is real life.
Yeah, and people talk to animals all the time. I have a cat. You have a cat, right? You have a cat, right?
Yeah.
Not to,
It's
like,
not just a
yeah.
ring. Okay, cool. Just double checking.
No.
Not to hurt your argument.
Who's gonna feed the
Tommy,
cat?
but I'm going to get my butterflies out again. Beautiful guys.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to use them to use my intuitive ability.
Ooh.
Okay, how would you like to use that?
I would like to spend one adversary token, and the ability says I may spend one adversary token to ask the GM about my surroundings, an NPC, or the like. The GM must answer honestly. And I am going to send them on a little excursion to see if they find any more of these, like, rune bombs.
And we never saw them again.
Yeah, this time they will actually explode. But yeah, so I would like to ask the question, are there any more of these devices that killed Allorah? Allorah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Allorah. Yeah.
Allorah.
Allorah.
I would also like to ask a second question by spending a second adversary token. And that would be, does anyone other than that main detective have that same rope?
Rope?
Yeah, the cord, I guess. Whatever the detective had, the butterfly was like,
Oh,
this is from
yes,
the bomb.
the forensic officer that found
Yes,
the cord.
yeah.
Okay, on it. How thorough do you want your butterfly to look?
Like I pretty thorough. This is probably going to take a while. I just wanted to get the ball rolling.
This is gonna take. If we're doing both, it's gonna take like an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna do. I'll let you guys do other things for an hour, but once it's elapsed, I will get you those answers. Okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. So yeah, you get your butterfly. You see if they've all like finished eating the banana, and they're all kind of like towards the lid of the jar. You mentioned butterflies eating dead corpses before, and I mean you can't see these butterflies' eyes, so you don't know if there's malice behind them. But the way they're all swarming towards the top, Tommy, they make you a little uneasy. But maybe it's just the climate. And you pull one out, and as you like begin to close the lid, you kind of get them go, and then the lid closes, and you have the bunch like, I'm here. Where are we going? And you give it its mission, and it just sort of flies away.
I mean, I would probably at this point like ask all of them to come out and look, not just one. As long as they're
All
not
five?
staying, as long as they're not all staying together.
Yeah.
Just as a way to. I would also tell them to, keep away from the corpse.
Yeah, stealthy.
Yeah.
All right, okay, goodbye. And they all like fly away.
Bye.
These butterflies are my favorite thing.
Wow. Right, no, easily enough. And so if you're using all 5, this gets done in a half an hour, and you will get a little bit more detail. But you're currently out of butterflies.
Are we out of sight of any of the detectives?
As far as you can see, yes. There was something sort of off about the blonde detective, right? Where it feels like she's seeing more than you can actually tell she's seeing, right? Like her line of sight is more than just her eyes.
Mhm.
But the other officers are still kind of working mainly clustered around this restricted area section. Except for the ones, including the blonde detective, that are talking to the students one by one.
Gotcha. I think getting that like sort of off vibe from her, I think Mikki kind of laughs a little bit and then smiles and just goes, like, and is trying to talk through her teeth. And she's just like, I need you to pull up the VOD and let me know what happened. And is trying like really hard not to move her lips. She's like, her brain's just like immediately like, what if she can read lips? What if she can do this? What if she can read my thoughts? Like, it's just like, it's a whole spiral.
Paranoia, nightmare. Yeah, no,
Literally.
I get it. Me too. No, so you mouth that to Mimi, and like you've side talked Mimi before. She knows how to speak your language. And you kind of hear an affirmative little chirp from her, and inside you feel her mechanisms whirring as she tries to pull up the VOD, and then you hear and she can't access it. It's not there.
Have I gotten flagged on Witch for dangerous content?
Are you pulling up your phone and checking your emails?
Yes.
You have a few like very concerned emails from like parents of the stream that were watching your stream that are like contacting your business emails. And you do have a couple messages from staff on Witch saying we have temporarily removed your VOD. It violates terms of services. If you consent to removing the certain pieces, we'll put it back up. Yada yada yada. So it's the usual like, we will reinstate your VOD if this gets muted and this gets deleted sort of situation.
Gotcha. No, okay. Okay. She's like, there's definitely a sigh of relief as it's not the account. She's just like,
the account is currently fine. You were live long enough with a decent enough audience that there was staff in the chat that were able to catch the situation and actually turned off your stream before Mimi went down.
I love the staff there. I need to write them a thank you note, send them a basket. You think they like fruit? She's asking
like
Mimi. She's not talking to either. True. Who doesn't like fruit? Okay. Shit. Yeah, I don't know what to do. We could talk to the others. I've never been a suspect in a murder, like crime scene.
Oh, good. I was worried that you were an expert. That's not a normal thing for people to be part of. People aren't just like professional crime scene viewers. Okay, I get like
true
that they
crime,
Is
but
that
like
what a detective is?
No, I get that. I messed up. I acknowledge that.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep
I'm
things
off my
light.
game. No, you should. You should. Gosh, I love you for that. You should keep things fine. Like that. No. Right. Just everybody breathe.
Yeah.
Just like everybody, just like
You know the worst part of this?
everything's cool.
What, Josh?
Somehow I'm less stressed right now than I was 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure what that says about me.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, how scary is a test when you could be murdered in the next hour? I mean,
You know?
Can we get
I
a
wasn't-
pull up? Fuck. Damn it. What were you saying?
That I should be more stressed now, I think, was the general vibe. Which,
what? No, like, life is so freaking short. And so, how important are grades or tests? If a random scribble on the side of a wall could send us into a billion pieces splattered across a window.
I mean, pretty
Life's
important. I
wild.
need to keep my scholarship going professional. I need to keep, you know.
As long as you have more than a 2.5 in your major, they're not gonna get rid of your.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What's your GPA right now? Some of those were numbers. I think we should go talk to the others and see what they saw, as most of us had our back turns and I can't access the VOD.
Yeah.
That's so true. I really would love to find out who that who like was talking to Allorah after she left you.
Oh, Jamie?
Yeah, I guess. I was in my book. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, she went to go talk to Jamie and then went into the restricted section, but she also ran into that guy too. I don't know who that was.
I can see if Taylor knows him.
How is Taylor? I haven't seen him in so long.
Oh, he's dealing with some weird stuff, but good. Better than I
Yeah,
am.
we all are currently, but unless
Weird
this is
stuff.
Oh, he one of the refs last game thought he was doing some
oh, like he was on something.
No, he was doing some weird workaround with his magic. He wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what happens when you
Was
get
it
refs
like-
from the opposing team. Here, right?
Is that the extent of that story?
To what I know, yeah.
Okay.
what if this is a huge scheme from the rival? What team were you fighting against last week?
The Jacksonville Jackalopes.
Sorry, that got me. What if this is like an elaborate scheme from the Jackalopes? What if they murdered somebody to discredit our school and get you guys kicked off the team?
That.
I read a romance novel like that once. It might have been a murder mystery. I don't remember. I didn't read it, actually. It was an audiobook. I'm in a book club, and sometimes I make Mimi listen to the audiobooks for me and then just give me the synopsis so I can go, just because I'm really busy all the time. But, it's not that big a deal.
What?
Anyway. Oh, no. I lost my earbud. Let's go talk to them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. That was crazy.
What's crazy?
This whole situation. Yeah.
So we're going to talk to Taylor?
Let's go talk to Taylor. Why not?
I was gonna say, while this conversation is happening, you do see whatever questions or conversations they were having with Kay and another officer brings the shorter gentleman that came out of the back room with Allorah over to the corner where they sort of have this questioning station set up. And Kay kind of walks back to the group, and you see her kind of like go to find her backpack and pull out a sketchbook. Kind of walk over. But Taylor is still around if I want to talk to Taylor. The guy that was also in the back room is now being questioned. And Jamie she has to be around, but you don't see her right now. She's not in the library, at least.
So there's the conservatory and the
auditorium, and there is like a cafe area. There's like a couple little tables and like a little like vending machine automatic brewing station sort of situation in the lobby area.
I personally am a really big fan of that one strategy called the exit buddy. And so I don't think we should leave. I think we should stay together. If you guys are amenable to that. And by if, I mean good talk. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Great. No doubt.
Now, just like while
Hype in the chat.
Okay. We're gonna keep letting you do that. That seems healthy for you. We'll deal with that and a therapist later. So my question for you guys, just because it's like, you brought it up with like maybe it's a different school attacking us or something crazy like that. Do any of you know if anybody here, like, if any of your friends that were like hanging around had any knowledge of like crazy runes or some shit like that? Like,
I mean,
Jamie, anybody here
and
like extra smart?
Yes, I have a 3.6 GPA.
I said extra smart.
Well,
I'm talking about 4.0s.
Not all of us can have 4.0s. Anyway, Jamie is also a technomancy student. And is very smart. I don't know if she has a 4.0.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's not good for viewership. Those are inside thoughts.
The only person I know, other than Nyx, is Taylor, and he's smarter than me, but that's not putting the bar terribly high.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I'm close with close is a Morgan and Kay are just kind of like whatever. One of them's a freshman, so it's not a lot of stakes in being a freshman. I'm just wondering if there's anybody like that we should like definitely go to first, but anyway, let's just keep going with our plan.
So, just to sort of walk you through your options as we decide, there are 10 students, including Nyx, and including yourselves, in the room. There is the guy who came out of the back room, who's being interviewed. There is Jamie. There is Taylor. There is Kay. There is the girl that was brought down, or the feminine presenting person that was brought down with Taylor. And there is who you now see was one of the people sort of shuffling around behind the bookshelves that Chat was calling out earlier, which is sophomore, freshman, another younger looking person with sort of dirty blonde hair, put in braids and sort of tucked up with a couple pencils behind her ears. Looks like a little dirty, but like it was on purpose. Like part of her job is digging around in dirt. But she's there as well. And then Nyx. So those are people you have the option to talk with.
Still talking to Taylor, then? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start with Taylor.
Yeah, that seems smart.
All right, to Taylor Smith we go.
All right, you walk over to Taylor, who is talking to the young woman that was brought down with him earlier. And they seem to be sort of having like a quiet conversation with each other, kind of side-eyeing the detectives and the police officers and stuff. And as you come over, Taylor kind of straightens up and goes, "Hey dude, what's up?" And kind of holds out like a bro handshake hug thing.
Oh yeah, I definitely fully go in for it.
Yeah, he takes you and he slaps your back and just like, "What the fuck's going on, dude?"
Oh god, I don't fucking know. It's just a bunch of... Someone got murdered, apparently. So that's great. Mm-hmm.
Well, not I clocked that, but like...
It's my limit of knowledge here.
No, bruh, like I hadn't been in here for a couple hours, just me and my girl, and he like jabs a thumb at the young feminine presenting person. We're in here a few hours ago, went upstairs, suddenly there's cops at my door, drag our ass down. Someone's dead. Why am I here, dude? What the fuck?
Alright, quiet. Mm-hmm. Quiet, yeah. Apparently someone set a trap back there. So, yeah.
Okay, what's that got to do with me?
Have you been in the forbidden section today?
No, not me. And the feminine presenting person goes, I did.
Okay, that would be why you're here.
Sorry.
You're fine?
Okay. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Tommy.
Hi, I'm
What's your name? Oh, hi.
Hi.
Cool. Sorry, I hate when people like don't introduce the people that they're with. It's just kind of weird.
Oh shit!
Anyway,
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So cool. Okay, Riley. Hi. And this is Mikki. And that is Josh. I feel like you might have heard his name, but anyway. Okay. Cool. Sorry. Thank you.
No, you're good. It's nice to meet you too. Josh, I have heard about you from Taylor. All positive things.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
I'm a little shocked at that.
No, it is. He thinks you're very admirable. He's like, babe, don't. You're gross. Okay, sorry. What are your guys' majors? What are you doing? At Angelwood?
I'm a technomancy student. Also, I didn't catch your name. I'm so sorry.
Riley.
Riley, nice to meet you.
Riley Walker. Oh.
What are you studying?
I'm here studying magical artifacts, and runemancy. So I'm really fascinated, by and And so I was originally undeclared, and then I could. Anyway, you don't want to hear my whole backstory, but yeah, I'm into old stuff.
No, I mean we have so much time to kill. I think. Do we have any
Everything.
crossover classes? I'm a sociology major, so we've had some like anthro courses.
Maybe. Did you used to have like red and pink hair and like a really cool like eyeball sweater at one point?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think you were in my prehistoric studies class.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, with Jameson.
Cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, awesome. Good to see you again.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're just chilling in the library.
You don't have to. We could go through a walk if you want. And Taylor's like, babe, we have made a station. We've made a base. We're supposed to stay here. And she's like, or we could go for a walk. But that's up to you guys. I'm just hanging out until it's my turn, I think.
I mean, yeah, I kind of want to talk to Taylor, if that's fine. If y'all three want to, like, go walk and...
On a scale of 1 to red flag, how bad is Taylor?
Are you asking the...
I'm asking God.
Okay, hi. What do you mean bad? Define bad.
Like... controlling?
So, you'd be able to pick this up, having experience with other magical creature folk. And Josh would know this. Taylor is 1/4 incubus. He has these like pointed ears. His face is elongated a little bit.
He's not that hot.
No, he's not that hot. You can tell he's used to getting his way by just talking. So he's not controlling in the sense he wants to control. He's controlling in the sense that he's used to being controlled. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That kind of tone. Like, not quite like a daddy's boy, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
He's not a red flag, he's just red. Got it.
Just a dark orange.
That's an adjacent to red. It's fine. It's close enough.
I mean, yeah, if you guys want to separate, I think Mikki and I were about to head over to the conservatory.
Yeah, we totally were.
I love the conservatory. We can go there.
Yeah, cool. We can go look at some of the cool flowers and stuff.
Yeah, we can look for the finches too. We just got some new house finches in, and she like starts walking away. She's talking about these birds on her way to leave the library.
Hey,
and
Josh.
Taylor stays put.
And she just kind of leans into his ear, and she's like, "You feel like you're about to get murdered? Just text me."
I'm not going to. Will do. I'm sure I'll have time if I'm about to be murdered.
Who would like their scene to go first? Do we want to go with Riley, or do we want to deal with Taylor first?
We can do Taylor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, so Taylor remains as the feminine trio sort of walk off. And he just kind of gives this big, oh, what a day. We have finals tomorrow, dude.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware. First off, what happened to Emma? I thought you were... It's fine.
Kind of like kicks the non-existent dirt on the carpet. It's just like, dude, Emma, like, she didn't cheat on me. She kind of did. She like looked at this guy, and this guy looked back at her, and you're like, he's cute, don't you think? And I was like, I mean, I guess. And then we broke up.
You had a great week and a half.
I know, it's a new record.
Anyway, I was wondering, do you know that guy that was walking, who just went in with Detective whatever?
And kind of like squints, his eyes, his like face kind of scrunching up to his chest. He needs glasses and he refuses to get them.
Sure.
Because he thinks he looks cuter without them. And he kind of looks, oh, little dude. It's Adrian, Alex, Anthony, something like that. He's one of the master's programs people.
Oh, interesting.
Really, he's in the old shit. I think Riley knows him more, and I think he's like one of the other TAs.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, he was having a little. Apparently, I didn't see it, but had an altercation. Not an altercation, a little yelling match, apparently, with her before she went away. Yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boom. Nah, man, I get it. It's a lot. I'm surprised Riley's holding up as well as she does. She does not like dead things, despite liking dead things. You know what I mean?
I don't, but go on.
Like, she doesn't like death, but she studies death all the time. And she talks about death all the time, but she hates it. Girls are hard, dude.
You'll get there. You'll get there, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, dude.
Pat him on the shoulder.
Such a great captain. Such a great running back.
Thank you. You know, I try. Fingers crossed. I stay there. This fucking final is gonna kill me.
I don't even know what my finals are, man. Like, I just got a schedule. I'm just gonna show up. I'm gonna hope for the best. And I think it'll be fine. No, it always works out one way or another.
Josh. No,
Yeah.
wait, shit. I'm Josh. Hold on. Taylor.
That's right. You got your name right. Good job.
Taylor. I mean this in the best possible way.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Oh. Should I, like, leave then, dude? Or
No. I don't think you can. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Can I help your morale in any way?
I think we're good for this scene. Before I die.
God, I wish I was there.
All right, good. All right, so we'll cut to the conservatory.
That's crazy.
Riley has definitely like walked ahead of you guys, and you find her in the conservatory at this giant oak tree, and she's on her tippy toes. Her back as straight as she can as she looks up into the branches, and you can tell she's looking for something. What do you do?
So how long have you and Taylor been together? And she's gonna try to see what she's looking at.
Define together? Like, are we counting when I kissed him at a party? Or are we counting when he's like, well, you're my girlfriend now, and I went, okay, I have nothing better to do? Like, when is our start date?
I love that. Oh God. Okay. No, I have nothing better to do.
Wanna know both answers, actually.
For counting the kiss, a week. If for counting you're my girlfriend now, okay, 2 days.
How is it? I guess.
He's fine. You know, it's finals. It's gonna be winter break soon. Everyone usually leaves their partner around then anyway, so it's something to pass the time. And he's sweet enough. He has his moments. And I'm learning a lot about sports. So that's oh, I found them. And she points, and when she's talking about these house finches, you pictured actual finches, these little tiny birds that can fit in the palm of your hand. You look up, and camouflaged in this oak are these monstrous birds that blend into the trees almost like a chameleon would, and they're about the size of like a very big house cat, and there's like 5 of them. They're just kind of hanging out up there.
What the fuck, Chad? What is that?
You're talking to a cat?
No, don't. Sorry, It's
a thing she does with herself.
Yeah. Anyway, what are those?
Oh, the finches.
Yeah, those are totally finches. It's finch-sized, friend-shaped.
Well, I mean, they're friend-shaped, and finch size is relative. It all depends on like evolution, right? So we are familiar with the standard finch size, which is, and she goes onto this long rant about evolution, and wormholes and parallel universes and things like that get brought up, and how through like these ley lines, right, just north of here, like things can get stuck for a while and you learn to feed on different things and grow in different ways. And it's sort of, she relates it to like underwater gigantism, where when you're under so much pressure, you have to get really, really big to survive. And that's what happened to these finches. Wherever they went, they had to grow. And the school took them in to house them so they wouldn't repopulate and make more giant birds. So they just sort of live here in the conservatory. But because they're so good at camouflaging, people don't notice them a lot. And Riley seems to come here a lot to hang out with them. She's befriended them.
Weird.
While... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Nope, you're good. Go.
No, I want to know what you were gonna say.
Okay. While having this conversation, whoever wants to, who's ever doing more looking around rather than looking at the giant house cat finches, roll me. I think charm's going to be the closest thing.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
I like that we both went, ooh.
How did that just not roll? It like magnetized. It was like, boom. Instantly, it was like, this is the number.
8.
I don't have any bonuses. Okay. 10.
Nice. So you both see this, and it's not like it's trying to be hidden or anything. Like Riley's not trying to hide it. It's not really super hidden on the tree. But at the base, and you've all been in this conservatory before, and you haven't looked too closely at the plants, but you've definitely, you know this hasn't been here before. There is a burn mark at the base of the tree. And as you look closer, you can kind of see something was like carved in there before it was burnt away. And it's not a small burn mark. It's like a magic burn mark made with like a hand that was like swiped across the tree.
I'm gonna flip on Mimi's video recording.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get closer to the tree.
Okay. With the video recording on, that does mean she is flying. So she is upright and fluttering around. And she zooms into the tree. And makes a couple chirps. You hear like a camera, like a photo, like the clicking noise.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of flies back up to your shoulder, happy to kind of have her fly back, and kind of nuzzles up to you and just sort of waits for the next order and kind of bobs around.
If anybody enters, you need to act like you're powered down, okay?
And you see her like spin over like a dog rolling over and then play dead, and she just sort of flops onto your body.
I love her.
And I think she like also like sticks out some of her like mechanical arms, and they like also do the dog play dead thing where they like curl up and like a little bent motion. So she does like a full play dead, like awesome sort of vibe.
Do you said there was like a rune on there?
There was something carved into it. It would take a little bit of investigation to figure out what was carved into it.
If I may.
You may.
I'm gonna wave Tommy over too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll brains. If someone wants to assist the other, you can offer adversary tokens, but you can't both roll.
Okay. Yeah. You roll, or I'll offer you. How does that work since I don't have any tokens? Like, is it just
don't have
because I'm
any
helping, like, she gets it? Yeah, I haven't failed any rolls yet.
All right. Because we're in the beginning, we will give Mikki a +1.
Okay.
But probably next session in the future, we're gonna have to have tokens to offer help like that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Mikki, you can have a +1.
Okay. That is a 13.
Oh, definitely. Easy. This was carved with a knife a long time ago. And you see 2 initials with a + and a little heart carved around it. That is burned away. And you see the initial T plus L burned away. It looks like it was even kicked a little bit to try to really scrub out whatever those initials are.
T plus L?
That's all you see.
Do you think it's Taylor?
Taylor? Yeah. L, I don't know who L could be. Does Taylor come to the conservatory with you a lot?
Yeah, why?
No reason, just curious.
Okay, yeah. No, we usually hang out here. This is my favorite tree. But he's been in here a few times with me. I think he only comes in here with me, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't really like plants. He does. He pretends to. Yeah, you know. But I don't know why he'd come here on his own. But yeah, he usually comes in with me.
Do you know if Taylor knew Allorah at all?
Maybe. I didn't know her, and I was gonna tell you this earlier, and she sort of like gestures at Mikki. She's like, I'm a huge fan of the Technomancy program. I love everything you guys do. I think it's so cool. So I know of Allorah, because of, just sort of her reputation. And I know she tends to reach out to other programs when students need help. I don't know if Taylor was that kind of guy. Again, 2 days, so don't really know.
Of course.
Yeah. He might have. I've seen his grades. He might have.
Oh.
What's his major?
Undeclared.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's done like every general twice, which I didn't even know you could do.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of disposable income, I guess. Cool. Oh my god. Anyway.
Are you guys doing anything else while you're in the greenhouse? Or just chatting?
I would like to kind of like, I don't know how to, sorry, that was awful. I don't know how to do this. I think I would like to try my treasure hunter talent.
Ooh.
Walk me through how that works.
Oh, no, I can't. I need tokens. Never mind. I will try it later.
Gotta do some bad rolls.
Gotta do some bad rolls. So instead of doing that, which is a more specified kind of a guaranteed win, is there any way I can just like kind of check out to see if there's any disturbed, or while we're walking around, like signs of stuff, like footprints or broken glass, something like that, just to see if anybody like broke in or broke out?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Are you just checking for break-ins and outs, or just disturbances in the conservatory in general? Of like plants touch, things change?
I think general disturbances. I feel very strongly that like these plants, most people would not have paid attention to.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll brains.
Brains. Okay, that's my D12. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Brain. That's a 9, but I got the
Nice.
bonus for being an adult, so 10.
Nice. Okay. So you notice one thing first is as you walk around the conservatory, it's sort of this like light bulb shape, right? Like from the entrance. So you come in this narrow way and then there's a big circle around. As you go around the back and Riley's conversation grows a bit softer and quieter, you kind of catch a glimpse at this big purplish reddish flower. It has this giant bloom about like 8 inches in diameter right at the top, and this big bushy spiky plant leading down to its base. And around the base you can actually see like a tear where someone has been like ripping off leaves and thorns from the base of this plant. And you know, if something is to be taken out of here for like a class, some of these are specialized plants for a class, they are like cut and marked and stuff like that. Like it's a very systematic thing because the stuff in here can do some pretty dangerous stuff if you're not careful. And this seems to be ripped and removed on purpose. Like it was not gentle, it was quick, it was forceful and deliberate.
Okay.
Do you want to try to figure out what this plant is, or would you want to go find someone who might know more about the plant?
Yeah, I'll just fuck around with it right now. Why not?
Yeah. I'll have you roll brains again.
Yeah.
The definition of fuck around and find out.
9.
Okay. You know this is something used in potions, artemisy, alchemy, and technomancy. It can be used in all those fields.
What was the first one again?
Potions,
No, sorry, the one after potion.
artemisy.
Sorry. Okay.
You don't know what it's called. You don't know what this plant is called, so you don't know the specifics of how it works or what each part of the plant does. But you know its bloom is actually sensitive to water. And if you get it wet, it explodes. So at bare minimum, you know parts of this plant is explosive, but you're not sure what the leaves that were removed do.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket.
You're welcome.
Well, with someone, you know, on the loose, you know, potentially, you know, committing dirt naps. Anyway, we should probably get back to the others. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, sure. If you don't need anything else here. This was very relaxing. I appreciated this. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it was definitely relaxing.
All right, bye, little ones. And she sort of waves at the finches up above. And I'd say peep, but it's a lot more resonant than that. But they make a very deep resonant bird sound back. And when they open their mouths, all you can see is like this void. And they all shuffle back into the tree. And she sort of skips out of the conservatory.
What the hell? Just, yeah, follow. You coming, Tommy?
Yeah, no, sorry. Yep. Just, I'm fine. Sorry. Just a cool plant.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you all about it.
I wasn't worried about it, but now I am.
Okay. Cool.
I really hope Josh is still alive.
You come back and Josh is just in the
Fine.
Family Guy death pose.
No!
It's Taylor. He's helping you stretch out, and you're just in this weird pose. Got you stuck there. Gotta pull on your lats, man. Gotta loosen
Does
him
he-
up.
Oh God!
Does he look like
please.
does Taylor look like he's attacking him?
He looks like he's just pushing really hard on him, and at the right angle, it might look like an attack. And Josh is definitely making noise like he's in pain.
Dude, what are you doing? Get off of him!
He was stretched out. I was showing him his stretch.
Yeah, it ow! I didn't know I
released
had
the
those
spine.
muscles.
Yeah, they're in your spine. They are released now. You are welcome.
I thought you didn't have muscles in your spine. I thought it was all bone.
Is that what they are?
I don't know.
Shit. Hey, babe. And he like walks over to Riley's. And Riley immediately starts like chittering about the birds. And they keep chatting. As they do, you see the shorter guy get released, and the blonde detective sort of nods to an officer, and they approach your group. And the officer sort of looks to you, Tommy, and says, "Hey, I would like to take you for an interview, please, if that's okay."
Okay. That's cool.
Excellent. And he takes you over to the station. The light gets turned on you, and you are met face to face with this blonde detective. And that is where we will pick up next time, I think.
Ah!
This was so fun.
That was very fun.
This is a good time.
Yes.
I'm definitely not scared.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
We're all gonna live.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. My name is QB, and we've just been playing Between the Ley Lines, a Nerdsmith Presents production, run in Kids on Bikes. So, once again, my name is QB. My pronouns are she, they. You saw me playing everyone but the other PCs. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Little Bitty Projects on the Twitter. And here, once in a while, I guess. And that's it for me.
Awesome. My name is Allorah. I also go by Misty here on the Twitch, not the Witch. You guys can find me at the Misty Greenhouse here on Twitch. I am also a director of marketing and administration here at Nerdsmith. So I am bebopping around the internet anywhere and everywhere. But you guys saw me playing Mikki Sparks, who is just your everyday girl next door, JK. She's a very vain and arrogant streamer who loves her friends. She swears. But I'm having a blast. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to the next one.
I have been back. You can find me at Dammit Dresden on most social medias. I have been enjoying playing Tommy. And my pronouns for they them. Tommy's are she her, but I'm they them. And that's it. That's kind of all I have. Okay, sorry.
All right, and I am Colton. You can find me on the hell app known as Twitter, or X now, I guess, for some inexplicable dumb reason, at ColtonZ9. You can find me posting about all sorts of wacky nonsense, mainly Star Wars and Magic the Gathering. Anyway, speaking of Star Wars, if you don't want to see me on Twitter, you can find me on the Star Wars 5e actual play podcast set in the High Republic called For Light and Dice. It's a great time, very fun. Nothing ever bad happens in the High Republic. It's fine. It's fine. It's
Not at
fine. And
all.
I've been playing Josh Gandy, who's also fine. Everyone's fine. It's all fine.
We're all fine.
We're fine. We're fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do I need to say anything else? Is that it?
I think that's
Okay,
it.
cool.
No,
Okay.
that's good. I think it's time for goodbye.
I
Goodbye.
think you'd be-
Yeah.